It's no secret that I struggle with depression. I've been struggling with depression for 51 years now, and it's not going away anytime soon. It's not something I can escape, but it's something that I can learn to cope with. I was talking with a therapist recently, and the therapist said, for a lot of people, depression comes from this feeling that they lack control over their lives. And I thought that was interesting because for me, I haven't ever thought of it as a lack of control, but I have thought, I feel overwhelmed, and that's what leads to the depression. I just feel overwhelmed by things. But in reality, feeling overwhelmed is a feeling of lacking control. Recently, I've been obsessed with Hamilton, as a lot of people have, and there's a song in there where Aaron Burr sings about his life and his life philosophy, and that song is called Wait For It. And in that song, there's a line that I heard recently that really struck me.
Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. I can know one thing in life I can control. Wait for it.
Now, I think this is interesting because this gets right to what the therapist was talking about when he was telling me about how depression stems from a lack of a feeling of control. So I have decided to try to take control of my life in lots of little ways. Some of this stuff is stupid. It seems really silly and simple. For example, I'm trying to reduce the size of my wardrobe, which means that there are fewer options to select from. It's like I'm taking control of that. I've started using a digital calendar. The digital calendar helps me stay more organized. But the one change that I've made recently that I really like is I have started what I call a task notebook. This is something that I was doing about 10 years ago, and I did it for about a year, and it was so effective. It really helped me stay on task and get things done, helped me fight the depression, and I also have ADHD, which could be tied to the depression. And basically the way it works is this. It's just a simple little notebook, and on the very first page, I wrote a list of chores. List of tasks, not just chores, but things that needed to get done. I cross off the tasks as I accomplished them. And that night, at the end of the first night, I copied everything on that list over to the next day, and then I add a new task to the list. And that's how this works. Is every day I add new tasks to the list, and I copy the stuff that didn't get done the previous day over onto the new page. And that way, the stuff that doesn't get finished kind of bubbles to the top, and the new stuff gets added to the bottom. I find this is very effective for me. It helps me feel like, I'm taking control of my life. It gives me a sense of control. And I'm hoping that this will help me not only be more productive, but also fight the depression. Because man, oh man, I hate the depression.